Tehran's recent warning to its neighbors is a stark reminder of escalating tensions in the Middle East. Tehran's message is clear: supporting Israel in any potential military action against Iran is a red line. Iran perceives any Israeli aggression as a threat to its national security. The Islamic Republic has vowed a swift and decisive response to any hostile action. Tehran views Israel as an existential threat, particularly given its nuclear capabilities. Iran's warning is also a call for regional solidarity. Tehran urges its neighbors to recognize the shared threat posed by Israel. In tandem with its stern warning, Iran has launched a diplomatic offensive to de-escalate tensions and secure regional support. Tehran is actively engaging with neighboring countries, emphasizing the need for dialogue and diplomacy. Iranian officials are communicating their concerns, underlining the potential consequences of any military escalation. This diplomatic outreach aims to prevent misunderstandings and foster a more cooperative security environment. Iran's diplomatic efforts are primarily focused on its Arab neighbors in the Gulf. Tehran is leveraging shared interests such as regional stability and economic cooperation to bridge divides. Iran is emphasizing the historical and cultural ties that bind the region together, urging its neighbors to prioritize dialogue over confrontation. However, Iran's diplomatic efforts face significant challenges. Decades of mistrust and suspicion cannot be easily erased. Moreover, some Arab states remain wary of Iran's regional ambitions and its support for various armed groups. Overcoming these deeply ingrained perceptions requires sustained engagement and tangible confidence-building measures. Despite these hurdles, Iran's diplomatic outreach represents a crucial step towards de-escalation. By keeping communication channels open and pursuing dialogue, Tehran aims to manage tensions and prevent a slide towards conflict. The success of this diplomatic initiative will depend on the willingness of all parties to engage in good faith and seek common ground. Israel's response to Iran's warning has been resolute. Jerusalem remains committed to its policy of preventing Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. Israel views Iran's nuclear program as an existential threat and has repeatedly stated its willingness to take unilateral military action if necessary. This stance has heightened regional anxieties and fueled concerns about a potential military confrontation. Israel's concerns are not unfounded. Iran has consistently expanded its nuclear program despite international pressure and sanctions. Tehran's ballistic missile program also raises alarm bells in Jerusalem, as these missiles could potentially carry nuclear warheads. Adding to the complexity, Israel has reportedly conducted numerous airstrikes against Iranian-linked targets in Syria in recent years. These strikes are intended to disrupt Iran's entrenchment in Syria and its support for Hezbollah, but they also risk provoking a wider conflict. Israel's unwavering stance and its willingness to use force have heightened regional security concerns. The risk of miscalculation or unintended escalation remains high, particularly given the volatile nature of the region. The potential for a minor incident to spiral out of control is a constant worry for regional actors and the international community alike. The escalating tensions between Iran and Israel raise the specter of a wider conflict in the Middle East. This volatile situation demands careful navigation to prevent a catastrophic conflagration. A direct military confrontation would have devastating consequences. The involvement of external powers, particularly the United States, adds complexity. Diplomatic channels must be fully utilized to de-escalate tensions. Section 5. Global ramifications, oil markets, and the urgent need for diplomacy. The escalating tensions between Iran and Israel have far-reaching global implications, particularly for the global energy market. The Persian Gulf is a vital artery for global oil supplies, and any disruption in this region would send shockwaves through the global economy. The interconnectedness of global energy markets means that even a limited conflict could have a ripple effect, leading to price spikes and economic instability. Iran, a major oil producer, has repeatedly threatened to block the Strait of Hormuz, a critical choke point for oil shipments, in response to any attack. Such a move would severely disrupt global oil supplies, potentially triggering an economic crisis. The potential for economic fallout underscores the high stakes involved and the urgent need for a peaceful resolution. The international community has a vested interest in preventing a conflict that would have such dire global consequences. Diplomacy is the only viable path forward. All parties must engage in good faith dialogue to address underlying grievances and find a sustainable solution. The United Nations, regional organizations, and key global powers must work collaboratively to facilitate dialogue, build trust, and create conditions for lasting peace. The alternative is a catastrophic conflict with far-reaching consequences for regional and global security and prosperity. The time for decisive action is now.